So yeah, anyone, any points, any questions?
How do you pronounce her name? Is it Dominica or Dominica or
Dominica.
Dominica?
I always say Dominica, so you know, do as I say, not what I do.
I liked her comment. Speed hides need. That's one of the goes into our books. I think for
Yeah,
worthwhile.
definitely in the movement project, movement quotations.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And to sort of break that down, sort of technically, so to speak, that's the point where we've spoken about previously, where you race gravity. If there is a position or an aspect of a movement where you can't stabilize, then neurologically you will try to move through that position quickly, because obviously we can't stabilize in it. If you spend a certain amount of time there, the position will fail. So you race gravity through it, and speed hides need, you know. But yeah, it's a good one. Worthy of note that as well, Tom.
Especially for me.
Well, no, mate, it's everyone. It's an instinct, you know. And as ever with patterns, as we talk about it, it's one that can get programmed in and then remain when it's not necessary, you know. And that's one of the reasons why we always keep working from the bottom up and polishing each pattern, and then why we also try to execute patterns slowly. And it whenever you find that, it's good news, because it highlights an existing barrier to your recovery. It's something that I try to reiterate quite a lot, just because you always see everyone falling into that sort of it's not even an ego-led trap. As a for instance, there's something called the functional movement screen. That was something developed by Greg Cook, has been taken on by all of the leading sports, Premiership football teams, American football teams, those sort of things, and it sort of grades your movement competency pretty much in each of the primitive patterns, but at not quite the primitive level, if you see what I mean. Like most of it's done standing, for instance. Whenever you do an assessment on someone, you always see that they're always desperate to get, especially because there's a score or a number put against it. Everyone's always desperate to get as high a score as possible. And it should be the other way around. When you enter the test, your movement quality is where it is. And so you want to get the lowest score possible. You want it to be accurate. You don't want to fake it either way. You want an accurate score, and you want it to be as low as possible. Because if it's low, then basically say, right, we can identify all the areas where we need to and can improve you because we've got awareness of it. If you get a really good score and your movement's garbage, well, what are you going to do? You know, so you actually want the worst score. Now, you know, it's especially when you get blokes doing the, well, that was background, was it? Whenever you get a bloke doing the test, you can always see he sort of believes that his reputation as a man is fundamentally reliant on whatever score he gets, you know, and most often women just follow your instructions, like, you know. But something to bear in mind when you're doing an assessment, you know. And I suppose that's a difference between an assessment and a test. Anyway, I'll stop gobbing off because there's enough of us here. This is going to be a crawling pattern session. However, whenever we do a more advanced pattern, we always want to grease the wheels of the patterns that feed into it. So, if everyone wants to go through the rolling suite as a bit of a warm up, I'll potentially comment where relevant, and then we'll get into the we'll also do a little bit of Sphinx related stuff, and then get to crawling. Oh.
I'm going to turn this around now.
Yeah, really smooth that, Santiago. Really good technique, Kay. Although try to slow it down a little. I mean, we've only just been talking about it 5 seconds ago, like, you know what I mean? I tried to center it on blokes, and then what happens? If anyone's doing the leg roll, where you definitely get a speed hides need is where you feel you've got to stamp down with the leg. You want to see that lovely, graceful stretch and reach out to 5 o'clock, just as Linda did perfectly there. Now that's better, Kay. Nice, slow and controlled, TJ. You can keep that knee relaxed. You don't need to. That's it. Keep it relaxed. Just take yourself over. Just let gravity take that. You just assist with gravity till you get over as far as it's going to go. Once it's gone over as far as it's going to go, find the floor. And then remember, straighten the leg and you're going to go for 4 to 5 o'clock. That's it. So you're going to bring that foot up. Don't worry about your shoulders yet. Now just reach with the leg. Push through that foot. Excellent, TJ. Really good, mate. That was nice, Jules. You could slow that down just a little more. Hand on the floor. Get the hand on the floor early, mate. If you keep the hand in the air, that's sort of an unnecessary work, if you see what I mean. And another one when you're doing the extension roll and coming back.
Yes.
Right, so you're getting points all the time here. So pause a sec, Jules. Pause a sec. On that arm leg roll, then you reached up to 11 or 12 o'clock. Where what you want is to be reaching out either to 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, because what's happening there?
Yeah.
You want to try and get as much of you across the axis as possible. As soon as you get something across the axis, gravity's working for you. But then, like I said about having the hand on the ground, if gravity's working for you, well, run with gravity. Don't be holding the arm up. Get the arm down, and then you can also push into the floor if you need to, and that will help things along.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you've got all of the working parts there, mate, and the big one's just not to fall into sort of bad habits, so to speak.
Yeah.
So lift that knee up, TJ. That's it. Pause. Stretch the leg, reach with the leg to 8 o'clock. Brilliant, mate. Really good, that, TJ. That's come on a bomb, mate. Okie doke. You can have eyes in for me on this one. This will be a slightly new one, which was stolen from Eric Degatti only this morning. And I have to say, he stole it from Mark Cheng.
I know this is.
Oh, you're on to blow me up again, Chelsea. Look at your cough to that one, wasn't it?
I remember. I think I saw a comment that said, I'm stealing this.
Yeah, you did. At least I'm an honest thief. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Right, so a couple of primitive patterns that are below rolling. Wrong, that are below crawling. Is the Sphinx, which is going up into spinal extension, including cervical extension, getting the head up. And then also the rolling pattern, which is dissociation of the spine. So we can actually get that when we're in the Sphinx position, where, first of all, we're going to go on a big breath in. Whenever we want to rotate, it's often best to do that on a fully inflated thorax. What that means is if everything's inflated and pushed out, well, all of the vertebrae are going to be gapped and all of the structure is going to be supported by air pressure. Whereas if it's not there, everything's collapsed and pushing against each other, and you're going to have a little bit of potential friction. So what I would do on this one, slow time, and pretty much you can never go too slow. So it's come up into extension on an in-breath. Next one, I'm going to cervical rotation to look over the shoulder. Lead with the head when you're wanting to rotate your thoracic spine. And then I'm going to reach around like that, but I'm going to do it all on the one in-breath. At the end range, I'm going to pause until I've got that full in-breath. And then I'm going to breathe out. And most likely then you'll actually get an additional bit of range as the thorax deflates little. You should be able to get an extra little bit. Don't force it, just take it if it's there. So here's what it'll look like. You notice I reinflated when I returned. Once again. There you go. Breathing, super important as ever. It puts on that final layer of quality. Okay, Jules, you want to run through that for us first? Everyone can feel free to practice, especially those who are confident with the movement. Just pause a sec, Jules.
No.
Now remember to start it with a cervical rotation. So separate that from the main roll. You did the whole thing in a oneer then.
So you look round with the head.
Yeah, so you start breathing in, look with the head.
Mm.
Once that's got to its full range, you start the rotation with the hand, but you keep turning the head. So just try that one to the other side. Yeah, that's all pretty much there, mate. Now, it's definitely something you can start to play around with, especially with the breath and with how quickly you go, and start getting awareness of the movement and where you think that everything, especially from a side-to-side comparison, if one isn't flowing as well as the other, trying to get awareness of what's behind that difference.
Could you go through the breathing pattern from the start? So you're on the ground, you breathe in when you come up to...
Yeah, a general rule is breathe when you go into extension, you know, and as ever, rules are for the guidance of the wise and the obedience of fools, you know, so you don't necessarily have to slavishly apply it to everything. If one works different for you, then sort of fair enough. It might mean it's something we look into, but, you know, sort of go with that. But general rule, breathe in on extension. What that is, because when extension, you're creating space generally. And so if you're creating space, you want to fill that space with structure, and air pressure provides structure.
Right.
So you come in, big breath in. In fact, I'll stick it on me now for that. Might as well. So it's...
That was a breath in, yeah?
Yeah, and then a breath out.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go in again.
Right.
And breath in when you return.
Got you.
It's...
Thank you.
Anyone, any questions on that? I'm going to go on to TJ for this, but shout if you do. Got to start with that turn of the head, TJ. That's it. You see how the turn of that head enabled it? That was the differentiator. So just lie down supine now. Just relax and lie down flat. Now just focus on your breathing. And with your in-breath, try to breathe into around your abdomen, your lumbar spine, your lower back. That's where you want to breathe into. Long, slow, full breaths. Once you're happy, you're relaxed. Have your arms reaching out in front. So reach up to the 12 o'clock position. And then on a full in-breath, bring yourself into the Sphinx. That's it. And have that head up looking forward. Now just cycle a few breaths while you're there. Now maybe your arms are slanting outwards. And so if you have your elbows underneath, so your upper arm is like a straight column, that might serve you a little better. It'll certainly put you more into extension. So a couple of breaths in there. That's it. And then on an in-breath, you've got to look over that shoulder. Keep looking out, keep turning that head. That's excellent. And then come back. So just relax there and then go through the process once more, and we'll do the one to the left. So you're going to rise up on a full in-breath. Have those elbows under the shoulders, not behind them. That will again get you higher and get a better column of support. That's it. A big in-breath as you start to turn the head and look over. And only after you've turned the head do you then start to rotate with that arm. That's it. That's fine. That you've got the awareness that you've got to put a weight shift and get over that right elbow. So that's teaching you. That's cool. So once again, on an in-breath, turn the head and then reach with the arm. That's all right. You keep practicing that, TJ, and you try ever more to do it in a relaxed way. That's going to be the way you're going to get awareness of what changes you need to make with how you're setting up and how you're trying to execute it. The awareness is the big difference with everything. Is everyone happy with that one?
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that, Timo?
Yes.
Yeah, it looked pretty good from here. I was just about to ask whether you were okay with that, Linda.
Oh, sorry.
My shoulder isn't.
Yeah. Well, when reaching or when supporting? So that's fine. Well, you want to reach more sort of along the body rather than up into the air. That's it, like that. And look. Now that's fine, but you want to try to keep your hips more engaged. Your hips are going to rotate to an extent. You can look in at me on this one if you like, Linda. So if you see my hips there.
Yeah.
So I'm up in the Sphinx and then see how it's a horizontal reach behind. So I'm not actually deliberately affecting anything with my hips because what it appeared to me is you weren't able to get rotation up here. So you got the rotation here.
Yeah.
Well, what we want is you want to get in your Sphinx and you want to try to maintain the Sphinx. So the arm comes out horizontally. So take it round like a clock face.
Mm-hmm.
You can open the hand, and then I'd say you'll feel that knee drive into the floor. You want to keep it like that, looking over. You come up here, you're going to lift the hips up. Want to keep it low. So let's have a little look at this, Linda. That's good. I think there was a lot of need that was hidden by speed there. Much better. Turn that head though.
Yeah, but it does work.
Yeah, okay, bring it back. And one of the reasons why it wouldn't have worked was because that moved before the head. So the head
Okay.
have to rotate first and keep rotating. There you go. Much better.
Did you struggle with your head, getting your neck around and your head around?
All right. So we will move on from that one. And the next one is another one we can do as a group. Shout out if anyone struggles with it, and I don't think they will, is dead bugs. So I will demonstrate, if only for the purposes of the tape. But what we're going to want and then once you move into the position, you want the 4-point check. That leg is long and straight and engaged with the floor. This arm is perfectly vertical and the palm facing inwards. This upper leg perfectly vertical, knee relaxed, and then swap them over. Now, ideally, each of your limbs will reach their end position at the same time. Classic problems are slamming the leg down like that and breaking your heel, turning the palms in, or the most common one is the arm here or coming here. So what we want is at the end of each one, you want the leg to go down as if your heel is an egg and you don't want to break the shell. And you want this arm perfectly straight. And if it's not, then stop and correct it. Check everything else. Carry on. That's any questions? Okie doke. Let's dead bug. That's great, Kay. That's all coming on a lot, isn't it? Especially
Yeah,
the
the
control of
left
that
arm,
left
really.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Right leg straight. And that right leg straight now, Kay. That's it.
Can
That's
you hold
good.
it?
That's great, Kay.
Or is it hard to hold your? See if you can move your knee this way, a little bit. Like push your knee toward
That's really good, Timo.
right there. A little bit more. Yep.
Think about that. That's it. Do your 4-point check. And on your 4-point check, make sure that knee's relaxed.
That's it, bring the knee closer to the window.
That's it. What that arm doing, is that arm vertical? That's it.
Okay.
Consciously do a 4-point check. Look for each one, because remember, awareness is the key. Straight away, mate, that's a huge improvement. Yeah, really good. Take the time to do the 4-point check. And then when you find out that you're doing it right every time and every check is redundant, only then look to try to speed it up. Yeah. Yes, you're being watched, Linda. Well, you're just on camera now, TJ. Run us through a couple of reps.
You gotta go now. You're on
Yeah.
camera.
Run, but you can't hide, mate. Right, so that's it. Alternate sides, good awareness. Is that other arm over your head? Excellent.
Straight.
That's good, mate. Really good. Once again, TJ, that's come on a bomb, mate. Is that right shoulder not wanting to go straight overhead, Tom?
Yeah, he's not talking to you.
What?
I'm tired. I can hear it.
That's not better. Okay, no, we'll move on. Although I just want to do a quick check with Tom. If you just get in the tall kneeling position, mate.
Hard for you to get a good deep breath.
No.
And then can you raise both arms overhead to 12 o'clock? And you do it from have the arms by your sides. Start by your sides and then bring them up from the front through to the, no, that's out to the side. That's it. And then up to the 12 o'clock position. Yeah, I mean, you can see a slight asymmetry in the right.
Snoring.
Okay, relax, mate. Just something I'll try to show how the spinal position will impact the scapular position, which will then impact your range of movement at your at the arms. So when you watch this video back, you'll be able to see a distinct asymmetry between your shoulder positions. You see your left shoulder is significantly higher than your right. Now, that probably isn't a naughty shoulder, either left or right. That's probably your thoracic spine out of alignment, let's say. And you can see that a little with the direction of your neck and then therefore your head. But just to emphasize the point I was after, if you say once again, take the arms over the head as you did then, straight up, and see how vertical you go. All right, so that's getting his arms pretty much either side of his ears. Now just relax down to the start position. Now you'll have to sort of shift weight a little within the tall kneeling position, but see if you can go into spinal flexion and give yourself a Quasimodo. You just hump over, flex over. That's it. Now, yeah, don't have to go quite that far, mate. Just come up a little. And now try to lift your arms up over there. Maintain that position. Now, I think what you've done there, you've straightened out the spine more and just kept your chin to the chest. But you could see, it's all right, relax out of it, mate. You could see that while the spine was flexed, when you first moved the arms up, all they could get to was horizontal. Now, if you lift your chest, let's have a big in-breath, and I want you to get a big, wide spread chest and a high chest and pull your shoulder blades together on an in-breath. No, so get up nice and straight. So you want a high, wide chest, as if you've got a parade ground chest. That's it. And pull your shoulder blades together. No, that's it at your back. Don't have to go too mad with it. So you want the high, wide chest. Now, big breath in and put your arms overhead now. Maintaining everything I've said there. Now, if anyone's watching there, they should be able to see a distinct difference in that right arm. There's nowhere near as much bend in the elbow. It's because when you've got that good thoracic position, that expanded chest, you've got the scapula around where they should be, and then that allows the arms to go up. It's sort of showing all of this sort of regional interdependence. And so that's something that you can start to get awareness of when you're in that dead bugs. If your arm can't go all the way down without bending, just have a little think about your spinal alignment and where your shoulder blades are and what impact that and your breathing has on where you can move your arm. Right, a quick run through of getting into the quadruped position, which everyone can run through by themselves, although I will try to take TJ through it. The start position, utilizing a few of the things we've seen today already then. So in-breath into the Sphinx. Knee comes up to the waistline.
No.
Another in-breath. You want to bring the other knee directly under the hip. So one more in-breath. Hands, bring that knee back under. And what you'll see there, you'll see my arms are directly under the shoulder and they're straight. Means that they're a strong columnar support. And then you see that my knees are under, slightly ahead of the hips. And that's a good, strong.
Right. No,
If anyone's got any questions, shout them out.
Could you run through that one more time just to?
Yeah, sure. And everyone can do it from both sides and go through it a number of times while I'm going to work with TJ on this one. And
Yep, there you go.
watch as well is on my in-breath. I took my toes under. Into the Sphinx.
Yeah. Yep.
Bring the knee up
Deep breath.
to
Very
or
good.
just slightly past the waistline. Another in-breath, and I'm going to put the other knee under the hips. Another in-breath, and I'm going to put both hands under the shoulders.
Breath. Deep breath. There you go. There you go.
And then I move
Deep breath there. Yep.
the knee under the hips.
There you go.
See? So a good quadruped position. The head should be up, looking down forward.
There you go. That's it. Get your balance. Get a wider base. All right. You want a wider base with your hands.
Now, TJ, if you get get that head up. You want to lower that lumbar spine. Now, your knees are slightly behind your hips.
Yep,
So if you bring those knees, especially that right knee, slightly forward.
Yep. There you go. So bring it up a little bit to now bring it back to your hands a little bit. Don't lunge, don't lunge. Inch them up, inch them up.
Okay, TJ, you just relax and look in, because what I'll do is I'll go on to the second movement. And this should all start to make sense.
Yeah, you got good. Yeah, you're there. You're good there.
What I'm going to go through now is the standard crawling pattern, or what people call baby crawling. And so I get into that position in the same way again.
Putting it down again.
Triangle.
Yeah.
Right?
I can bring the. You want me to bring the?
Right, so when I'm in this position here, all 4 of my limbs are underneath and supporting the torso. The torso is where all the weight is. Now, if everything's too close together, yeah, everything's underneath, but then I'm unstable because I've got the scope for getting my center of gravity outside my base of support.
Right.
I'm falling over. So you don't want everything too narrow. Similarly, my arms are forward, then I haven't got enough support underneath. So the structure's wanting to collapse. So as ever, we want that nice mummy bear position. And the nice mummy bear position is the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Now, when we're going to crawl, we want to try and maintain, we want to honor as many of those rules as we can. So what we don't do is lead with the hand and then immediately start getting our base too wide. So that if you go with the hand, as soon as you move it, it's ahead of the torso. For your first movement, move with the knee. So what that means is both knees are still underneath. So then when you move the opposite hand, you don't just go like that, because we're trying to move forward. The torso moves with it. And then as a result, as soon as the hand goes down, everything, well, you've got 3 limbs still underneath the torso, and then the other knee is the one that's slightly behind. And then guess what? That moves next. And then the hand. Well, as you'll see, and you'll see more when I give the example now, the arm doesn't really move ahead at all at any point. If I get in position here, move the right knee, wrong, you move the left knee, and then see how it just stays underneath the shoulder. It doesn't reach forward, it just sort of like hangs and then moves to position. And you'll see now, right knee, left arm. So it just moves to a straight arm position each time. It never gets ahead of the body. And that's a common flaw that you see when people are learning the crawling pattern. Because we're so dexterous with our hands and we're used to reaching, what people will instinctively do, they'll start the crawl by moving the hand first, and it immediately puts you into a weak position. So, knee, and then keep that arm straight and just move the torso forward. Knee, arm straight. Head stays up, knee, arm straight. Have a practice with that. And you want to try and get that so there's no thought. If you're going to have any thought, just think about keep that arm straight at all times. Bring the arm to straight, bring the arm to straight.
Oh, the dog's looking for Julie.
Right then, TJ, if we go from lying flat on the floor, and the most important thing for you, something which you previously have done quite well, is getting into that that quadruped position and having that lumbar curve. That lumbar curve needs to be there so that you're getting as much weight put onto your hips as possible, because that's the strongest thing we've got. That elbow under the shoulders, mate, and head up. That's good. A big in breath.
We'll pull it. Yes, there we go. Get those knees in.
That's good. Well, unlucky, mate.
Shit.
Your shoulders collapse.
Yeah.
What it was, mate, was your knees were too narrow. And so that allowed the center of gravity to get outside of your base to the side. It meant you fell over to the side. So on an in-breath, come up. TJ, if you just go back down and look in, I'll just show you how you're changing from the pattern a little. What we want to do is breathe in, pull one arm under, then the other hand. What you're doing is you're staying down, you're bringing your hands to here, and then you're trying to push up on your hands and put your elbows down. You're not getting into the correct position. If you do it by dragging them under, you'll automatically go to the correct position. It's, the moment you try compensating and, trying to work around an issue, you'll end up in the compromised position. So drag one elbow under, then the other, then the next. And no, TJ, you're trying to put your weight onto your hands. You need to put your weight onto your elbow. You see how you want the flat seat? You're looking to get your flats of your hand down to push yourself up. You want to pull one elbow underneath you, then pull the other elbow underneath you. Not so bad, but yeah, because what you want is the elbow underneath the shoulder. And see, because if you're going to try to use your hand, that means you'll pull your elbow too far back. That's a little bit better now, though. You can shift it.
There you go. There you go.
That's it.
Okay.
Good position. Now bring that knee up to the side. That's it, and pause. Pause, mate. And just breathe in that position and just get awareness of how that position feels. Now you're going to be a big breath in and you're going to pull that left knee under the hips. Big breath in.
Sorry, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now just pause there now. You're going to have a big breath in, put the left hand under the shoulder or the right hand, either way around. Make sure it goes under the shoulder first for me.
Yep. Get a little
Right.
wider. Inch it out a little bit wider. Get yourself a bit.
And then now, that's it. Bring those knees under the hips and get your head up looking forward.
Yes. Yes.
Head up looking forward and breathe into your abdomen, mate. That's way, way better.
Yeah. You got it? Yep.
And to be honest, I don't want you to try to crawl from there. I just want you to start getting used to that position.
Yep. Head up. There you go.
I would, first thing you do, just try to bring that right knee ever so slightly forward. Just the right knee. Keep the head up. Head up.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's it. That's fine. Don't go too far, mate.
Yep. Don't get over your because your shoulder. You're getting over your shoulders. Right. So as your man's saying there, just bring that right hand under the shoulder. Yep. There you go. Better now. Look at me.
Head up.
There you go.
That's it. Put a little bit of an arch into that back, mate.
Yep.
Head up and arch that back. That's it. Excellent.
There you go. Here.
Just breathe in that position. That's really, really good, TJ.
There
That's
you go,
way
right
more
there,
stable
right
than
there.
your abdomen.
It's perfect. A little bit of weight, maybe pull your slide that.
Okay, and then we're going to go back down to the floor, TJ. So move your hips back towards your ankles on an in-breath. That's it. And then go down onto one elbow. And onto the other elbow, yeah, and then you can reach forward and get yourself supine. That's it. Reach the other one forward. That's it.
Yeah.
Excellent, TJ. That's outstanding, mate.
Going on your back.
Great work, TJ. Great work. That should be very repeatable, that. And the more and more you start getting awareness of the position, the more you'll just naturally start to find it. All right, next one up. Want us to one which we moved through the other day. 1990.
This one.
Round.
That's what I was doing.
Reach.
Oh.
99. The other side.
I can't do that.
Back round. Into crab. Bring your hand up, but keep the shoulders. Don't want to go into rotation. You want it from the hips. Reach out. Turn yourself over. Same again. Hands stay down. Reach through. Come round and back. Same to the other side. Hand comes up. Shoulders stay horizontal. The leg coming through and then reaching. It's the reach that rotates you. Hands back down. Leg through. Come over into the quadruped. I'll start with K.
Why? I was looking at you going, I'm never going to do that.
Well, that's the reason why.
Oh, charming.
So let should be able to see the 1990 rotations first. That's good.
How you feel, man? Tired?
And can you get that hand on the floor?
Get it dangling.
If it dangles, all you're getting, a dangle's enough.
Yeah, it's touching the floor.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's progress. And let's go back through to the other side.
200 pounds, what?
That's it. Get a big breath in before you try. And you can bring that hand round, bring the right hand round first. Yeah, you can bring that. That's it. Yes, well done, Kate. Now see if you can get into the crab position for us. You don't have to go from there, just get into it any way you like.
Okay. Yeah. Now what?
Yeah. Now, if you can, then you can choose which leg you want to do it with. If you can do it keeping your hips suspended, then fantastic. But if not, you can lower your hips to the floor, and then the move is to put one foot behind the other. Whichever foot's moving, rotate that knee to the floor and put the foot behind the foot.
So if I want to keep my weight on my right arm, I'd move my right leg.
Let me just check. Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Okay.
So try and keep the shoulders horizontal. So and you can drop your hips if you wish. That's it. Now put the foot behind the left foot.
Yeah.
And then you want to get it behind, and then you want to straighten the leg out behind it, and that should rotate you over.
Not that one though.
Yeah. Or try it the other way. If you're going to have your hips down, try it the other way.
I haven't got a left arm. Does that matter?
Well, it'd be nice if you can get it down, but you should still be able to do the movement. You know, you're going to have a close encounter with your chest and the floor, I reckon, but that's no bad thing. You just want to drive the rotation by you can get that leg underneath the other, and that's it. And push it through straight. Oh.
So close.
That's all. That's okay, Kate. That's okay.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, you can look at Rob now. He's got this one in the bag.
Yeah.
Come into the crab. And 1 foot behind. That's it. Now straighten that leg out. Straighten out that. That's it. You want to remember to drive the rotation by straightening the leg, not by rotating the hips, as you would in an under switch. That's okay. Now just get yourself a good crab position again. Now with the other one, let's bring the leg behind. And you can lift that right hand off the floor if you like. Don't bring it too far around, because that you want the rotation by. Yeah, Rob. No, Rob, pause, mate. Pause and just look in at me. What we're going to do, there's a couple of ways of spinning over. One we've seen before is the hands coming over, under switch, and then you come in there. That's the under switch. What we're looking to do here, and you see how the shoulders are rotating round there, and then the spine just flips round, and you're in that sort of creepy crawl position. What we want to do here is go up. The hand comes up, but the shoulders stay horizontal. The foot comes behind, and then because I straighten it out, that's what brings me round.
Yeah.
Then when I come back through. So what you want, if you're going to lift the left foot, right hand comes up, shoulders stay horizontal, push through, and then the legs are straight. Have a little go at that, Rob. Yes, that's better. Much better, mate. Excellent.
Yeah.
Timo, where are you, mate?
Ready for you. We're gonna keep the hips down, okay?
You certainly can.
Yeah. I'm still not sure how you guys do it with the hips up.
Don't worry, that'll come, mate. That'll come.
Yeah.
That's it. Leave those shoulders there, mate. Do it by bringing the leg through. Take the shoulders back. That's it. And then you've got to take that leg through. You've got to extend the leg, straighten that leg out. That's it. Straighten that leg now. Push it back behind you. You can lean forward a bit. The hand can go down. That's no problem. Yes. Excellent, mate. And then you bring it back through. Lower the hips down. That's fine. Excellent. There you go. Now the other way. So the hand comes up, but the shoulders stay pretty much horizontal. Now, switch feet, mate. Switch feet. Left foot on the floor. Right foot going behind the left. Is it? Or hang on, mate. I might get me stopped.
I did this way. Right?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. That was.
That's okay.
That's be short-term memory, mate. Getting out. Yeah, Timo, you.
That was the wrong leg, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard to keep the shoulders straight.
Yeah. It's the opposite foot to the hand that's lifted. That goes through. So if you're so let's go from the start again. Get yourself in the quadruped position.
From quadruped to crab.
Sorry, crab, in the crab position.
Okay.
Right, now which was the leg you straightened out first?
I believe.
Yeah,
Went up with my right.
Yeah, that's right. It was that one. So go back to the start position, because we'll go the other way now.
Okay.
Right. So put that right foot behind the left with the knee on the floor. No, mate. New York, right? Timo, right foot behind the left. So put that left foot back.
This way?
Yep, that's the way.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's it. Now you're going to look to straighten that, push that leg out behind you. Now you can bring that left hand to the floor if you wish. That's fine. But you're going to push that right leg out behind you. Push it out, push it out. That's it. Now bring it back through and lower your hips to the floor. Lower those hips under control. Excellent, mate.
Nice.
Round. That's it. Now put your feet back on the floor. Now we'll do the other side again. So right hand up. And left
foot down, right?
Yeah. Left foot behind the right. And then that right hand comes up. Rotate a bit and then straighten that left leg out. Push it out behind you. Straighten it. Not bad, mate. Bring it back through. Lower the hips under control. Excellent, buddy.
Thank you, Steve.
Tom, do you want to have a go with this one? Well done, Timo. Good. That's it. Straighten the leg, straighten it. Not bad. You got it all technically correct, but then you only straighten the leg halfway, and then you brought the shoulders round. You want to straighten the leg as soon as that's it. Now that hand, now straighten the leg, push it right. Yes, that's it. Do you sort of does that difference resonate with you, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Yeah, you nailed that. That's far more graceful now. Well done, mate. A little bit of practice on that. You'll be smashing it.
Thank you.
Jules. Yep, I'm back through. Lucky, mate. Remember to integrate your breathing. That's it. Now hand up and push that leg through now. Push it through now. Straighten the leg, straighten the leg. Yeah, what was sort of happening there is instead of straightening the leg, you were turning the hips.
Yeah, I was having trouble pushing that.
Yeah, which is fine. And that first of all, so that's an awareness of a block. And so you can just need to work on that to try to find out what needs to go where, or what clarity you need in your head in order to execute it. Santiago. Not bad at all. Bit of speed, height, and need, but
Yeah, a lot.
It was the correct movement, though. That's it. Driving with that, yeah. So what you will find will help you when you're trying to rotate there. You were trying to bring the, well, you're trying to lift the left foot up and move it into position. So if you drive the right foot into the floor, you'll get that little bit more stability. Don't know if you want to try that now. The hand just open, just sort of leave it there, and then drive that right foot into the floor. That was a little bit better, but what you that's the importance of keeping the shoulders of that little bit more horizontal, because if you rotate them around too much, as soon as the leg comes under, gravity is going to flip you over. But if you keep the shoulders back, you can bring the, and use your hand to balance in whatever way you need. As in, you can bend that left arm at the elbow. That's it. And drive that left foot in and get, yes, much better. And that shoulder came over far later. And so I imagine that felt far more controlled. No,
Doesn't feel very controlled.
Well, it looked more controlled, mate. Far more controlled. And the crux with you there is keeping that shoulder down. I'll see if I can demonstrate again. So from this angle here. So I need to get that hand up to free up the shoulders. But you see how they stay back? And then bringing that through, and then the shoulders never really got outside of this line here between the down foot and the down hand. And when I bring it back over, the shoulders staying over that line, and then bring it down. However, if I bring it up and over there, the moment that comes through, that's flipping me over. So think of the line between the down hand and the down foot. The shoulder doesn't want to get past that. I suppose that's the one, if you can hold yourself there.
I think that's where my balance doesn't allow me to be.
So what you can maybe do is try it with the hips down, so you get familiarity with the movement. Because one thing trying to maintain your balance and maintain control, but if you're also having to try to remember what's supposed to be going on, That's the reason why as soon as you control movement cognitively, the movement is likely to fail if it's complex at all. So just go from the seated position, put the foot behind there, then lift up and push out. Once you get familiar with that, then you can try doing it with who have we got next? Oh, Chelsea was on here, though she seemed to disappear. Are you there, Chelsea? No, she's disappeared. Well, I think that's just about everyone then, isn't it? All righty. Anyone, any questions about anything?
No. Good.
I need to get practicing.
Yeah, and get the videos in the forum. There will be a kneeling session hosted by Crispin on Wednesday. I'm not sure whether it'll be excuse me, whether it'll be 6 or 7 o'clock UK. Just looking for Crispin's link. All righty. Another good session.
Cheers, Steve.
Thanks
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Thanks,
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Ta-ra.
Thank you, Steve.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.